When the black flags of the Islamic State swept across Syria and Iraq, terror and tyranny ran amok, and women were their primary targets. They were sold in markets as sex slaves and underwent horrific abuse. But now, women are fighting back. In order to protect women, Kurdish female fighters from the Women's Protection Units, also known as YPJ, have risen up to become the unlikeliest and fiercest enemies of the Islamic State. Formed as the all-female wing of the YPG militia in northern Syria, the YPJ was more than just a military unit. It was a revolution. Roughly 7,000 strong, these women took up arms not only to protect their homes but to challenge centuries of patriarchy. Their battlefield was twofold. One against the jihadist death cult of ISIS, and another against the societal chains that had long confined them. In a video of a young Kurdish sniper in Raqqa, a bullet narrowly misses her head. She just laughs. That laugh echoed louder than any gunshot. It was the sound of defiance, of women refusing to be victims. And they weren't just defeating ISIS with bullets. They were waging psychological warfare. According to ISIS warped ideology, being killed by a woman denied a jihadist entry to paradise. That fear was weaponized. Snipers reported watching militants freeze or panic when they realized they were being hunted by female fighters. In this way, the YPJ shattered not only bodies but beliefs. But bravery came at a price. The risks were unimaginable. Captured female fighters faced rape, torture, slavery, and public executions. Still, these women stood tall. They weren't just soldiers, they were symbols. Their defiance, their willingness to die rather than be subjugated, ignited a fire in Kurdish society and inspired millions across the globe. The YPJ's roots lay in the ideology of Abdullah Öcalan. They imprisoned the PKK leader who advocated for gender equality as central to Kurdish liberation. This vision gave rural girls a way out of child marriage and domestic servitude. They became warriors not just against ISIS but for their right to exist as equals. And they delivered. In 2014, when Kobani was under siege and the world watched with bated breath, it was YPJ fighters who dug in, fought street by street, and held the city. In 2017, they marched into Raqqa, once ISIS capital, and raised their flags. Their victories were supported by US airstrikes, yes, but the ground was won with blood, sweat, and unmatched resolve. Today, their stories live on in books like The Daughters of Kobani. But the real legacy is in the shifting sands of West Asian politics and the image of a woman, rifle in hand, standing over a collapsed caliphate. These weren't just women with guns. They were rewriting the rules of war, of society, of gender. And in doing so, they didn't just defeat ISIS, they reclaimed their future. Rishika Aradhya for India Today Global.